Welcome to Mentors.
Welcome, Liz London.
Hi, Kiki. It's so good to be with you today.
Well, thank you for coming. And I would like to talk about your fabulous career and how you got there, the people that have helped you along the way. So let's start with when we first met. We were at Valley View Mall, and that's in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
And it was an old mall that the owner had turned into this um, blank slate of what we could create there. So Doug and I were hired as directors, so to speak. In other words, fill it with artists. So in the empty spaces, it was just such a great, canvas for the artist to begin a career. So that's where we began the Sky Pony, and that's where you had your first gallery, I guess, so to speak. And that was good for so many artists to get their beginning. And so we met through art, but then it progressed into what you're doing now, which is sound healing. And
Actually, it's sound journeys. We don't say we heal. We don't use the word healing because
yes,
that's a loaded word, but yeah,
all right,
sound journeys.
right. Okay, let's be correct. So why don't you take off and tell me about your center, starting with the name of your center, and we will put the link in the description so you don't have to worry about, where it is and everything. So we'll do that. And then tell me about this fabulous center that you've opened for sound.
Well, the name of it is Shakti Creative Wellness Center, and Shakti is the divine feminine force in the universe. And as a follower of Tantra, or a practitioner of Tantra, I guess I should say, Shakti is a big part of Tantra. Shakti and Shiva. Shiva is the masculine force, which Shiva is consciousness, and Shakti is the life force that flows through our body, through our spine. And it's creative wellness because we use art as a somatic principle to integrate these things into our bodies. So we do the internal and the external merging of energy. So we do this by offering bi-monthly sound journeys that are on the new moon and the full moon, because in Tantra, in Shaivism, they follow all the lunar calendars. Every planet is associated with a day, the month, the lunar cycles. Goddess and gods and goddesses are all very prominent in these calendars. So we honor that tradition by these sound journeys. And in the sound journeys, they recalibrate people's energy fields to receive, on the new moon, to receive the energy that's prominent, and then in the full moon to the culmination of everything that's happened from the new moon, to release it, to integrate it. So, and then we offer creative art workshops. We've had encaustic artists come in. We're having an acrylic painter come in and do a workshop next month in September. We're having the Bhakti band, which Bhakti is devotional yoga and it's chanting. And we're having the Bhakti band come in for the fall equinox to do a concert and then a workshop, 4 workshops. So we opened in January, but we remodeled and we had to get everything. And we finally opened in March and did our first event in March. And it's been a lot of fun. We are in Richardson, so we're members of the Richardson Chamber of Commerce. So we're excited for that. We're going to have a ribbon cutting coming up next month. So it's
Good.
just, there's a lot of activity going on. We're working with other, besides artists, we're working with other facilitators that do sound in this area to do other workshops with sound. And primarily the sound journeys are gongs. We've got 6 gongs, and I've got about 45 quartz crystal alchemy bowls. And alchemy bowls are infused with gemstones. So when you play them, they emit the properties of that gemstone too. And they're all aligned with the chakras. The notes on the scale, musical scale, are the same as our spines. So C is the root chakra, D is the sacral, E is the solar plexus, F is the heart, G is the throat, A is the third eye, and B is the crown. So we have bowls that associate with all the chakras. So when people come to our sound journeys, they get aligned, their chakras get aligned, and it detoxifies, and it's a time to recalibrate. So it's really powerful medicine. And we have other services that we offer here. We have red light services, and we have another bed that's called the Vibe bed, and it puts it has 100 and no, it's got about 80 different programs, and since we're about 70 to 80% water, it puts a vibrational frequency in your body, and it's amazing. The bed vibrates. That's why it's called the Vibe bed. And then we have another unit that we put over a person's head. It's right in their visual. It's a machine that's about this big around, and it emits white and yellow strobe lights. And when a person's eyes are closed, it creates a hypnagogic experience, almost like hallucinogenics. And that has 150 programs, and it can put you in gamma, it can put you in delta, it can put you in alpha. It's a deep meditation. So it's a beautiful experience and a lot of people are benefiting from that with pain, chronic pain. It's just stress, anxiety, depression. It's really an amazing tool. So we have that too. And then we also have PEMF mats, which are beamer, which put a pulse electromagnetic frequency in our bodies. And we've got a Centropics that works on the cells. So all of these, what we're wanting to do is bring these technologies to this local community to help people without drugs, it's all natural. And there's no side effects really. I mean, it's just maybe just very basic, unless somebody has epilepsy. We don't want them to be under the light. The Roxiva light is the strobe light. We don't want them to do that because it may trigger that. But there's not any real big side effects. So it's pretty amazing.
It is. And you and Hal have come to Sky Pony and given wonderful sound baths there that we've enjoyed so much. But this is like ramped up, intensified. And I know this has been a long time goal for you to finally get to where you are today. So what was your initiative as far as getting started? Has it always been an interest for you, or did someone inspire you that, led you along the way?
Well, it's interesting. The last new moon sound journey we had, it was a drumming ceremony. We have a drumming circle that we have every fourth Friday. And before that, I had a memory that in 1979, I wrote down an intention, and the intention was to have a holistic health center one day.
Wow.
And I didn't, I just filed it away, and I guess it's been in the back of my subconscious or conscious, whatever. And I went on and I did my art and I created and I did a lot of commissions and I was pretty successful with that. And then in 2009, I had a soul retrieval with a gentleman who lives in Sedona now. And he used a big quartz crystal bowl. And in that soul retrieval, I went back to a past life where I was murdered, but all my limbs, my body was cut apart because they were afraid that I would reassemble it and come back to life. So that was
That's
a pretty powerful experience. And so um, and then that was in 2009. And then in 2000, that was the first introduction to quartz crystal bowl. And then in 2014, I went to a sound bath in Richardson. I met a gentleman and he helped me get my first set of chakra bowls, the 7 quartz crystal bowls, not the alchemy bowls, but the other ones. And so I brought those into the gallery at Midtown, Valley View, and started doing that once a month there for people. And it was amazing. People really responded. And so I've just had my bowls ever since and done them, at Sky Pony and other places. And then it was just a lot to haul everything around to different locations. So I've been looking for a space for about the last year and a half. And finally I found this space came available and I thought, I got it, we got to jump on it. So we got it. And the rest we're just plugging away.
and probably finding new modalities as you go along too. And
Yeah,
that's very exciting.
it
And
is.
we're happy to have that so close in our community. So, uh, do you travel with, like I remember you going to Sedona. I didn't know if you were doing an outside presentation of what you do, but um, I know it's a lot to haul around and it's delicate. These crystal bowls are expensive and delicate. So
Mhm.
I'm glad you have a center now.
Mhm.
And I haven't been there yet, but I plan to. And I can't wait to come over and see what you've created so far. And I know you're gonna grow and just present the best to what you have found, for your wellness and
Yeah,
experience for.
that's another reason. Sorry for interrupting. That's another reason I opened this place is because everything I use here has been tested on me and it's worked for me. There's no reason for me to be alive right now. I have had a lot of near-death experiences and a life after death experience. And I've been guided, led, and directed to do this. So I'm just, I'm just showing up every day, doing the best I can and sharing what I can.
Thank you for enhancing our lives with what you do and in your artwork as well as your creativity in the holistic field of sound and frequency
Mhm.
healing.
Thank you.
No, not healing.
That's okay.
Okay. Well,
Wellness.
wellness. Yeah.
Mm.
And so, um, as far as the modalities that you use, do you have Rife technology yet over there?
We have some things that mimic rife, that are like rife. I don't have them on all the time because the frequencies are pretty intense. And you can hear what I have, you can hear, at certain levels. And so sometimes it's very intense. So I don't run them all the time, but we do have um, background rife type um, frequencies that we have. But I use binaural beats primarily because binaural beats work on the brain, and they the binaural beats are very, if they're done correctly, are very powerful, and they reset the brain frequencies to gamma, alpha, delta, epsilon, lambda. The man that I'm studying with is Dr. Jeffrey Thompson, and he developed a chair called the BioTune chair. And the BioTune chair measures your parasympathetic and sympathetic set points where homeostasis occurs. And then it creates a sound wave for that homeostasis set point, which is your very own set point. And then we give that to a person as an MP3 file, and they listen to it for 30 minutes before they go to sleep, and it reprograms their brain to accept homeostasis while they're asleep. And it's very powerful. So we have that chair too. And that's the most recent addition to our center.
And what is that called again?
It's the BioTune chair.
Okay.
BioTune.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can come here and do it.
I will.
Yeah.
So when is your, you're going to have the event with the Chamber of Commerce, and
Yeah,
do
we
you have a
haven't,
date set for that
no, we
yet?
don't have the date set. We've got to set that. That'll probably be in September, maybe later September.
Okay. Let me
So
know.
I will.
And let's see. What about this new moon that's coming?
Actually, the
The
next
full moon, I'm sorry.
the full moon, yeah.
And that is coming right up. So
August 9th, which is Saturday, and our events from 7 to 9. And this new moon is all of them are powerful, but this one is exceptional because of the planets where they're at. And it's just, well, we can tell what's happening in our world, as above, so below. And so I know myself, I have been challenged a lot, and since the last new moon, in my with the business relationships. And so I'm looking forward to everything culminating so we can move on, you know. But this full moon is exceedingly intense because of Mars opposing Neptune and Saturn. And it's just, it's a very interesting time in intensity. And since we're all co-creating, I'm not going to project what's going to happen. I'm not a prognost. I don't prophesize or, do psychic readings or anything. But I do know that I do follow astrology, and this is off the charts intense. And then on the 11th, Jupiter conjuncts Venus, which only does once a year, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful time, for abundance and love. And it's in Cancer too, which is the home, the mother. And in the United States, that's where the sun sign is. July 4th is in Cancer. So it's really interesting times for the United States and for each one of us individually. So
yes, it's affecting our weather. I mean, we can
yes.
see what's going on with the weather, and we have this interstellar object that's heading toward us, whatever that is. And
Yeah.
but I do follow astrology too, and so I'm glad that you've given an overview of yourself, because not only do you have the sound that you work with, it's just so much that you offer at your center. And I thank you for that, because we need it in this world right now because of the energies. And like you said, they are intense, and I've been challenged too at this time because of just the energies I'm having. So, it is good to have a place like yours and a person like yourself that is knowledgeable. And in a way, you're like a counselor to help people to, get a hold of their emotional, the spiritual, physical being, all the bodies that we encase, and
Mhm.
then the soul, of course. But you touch upon all that with frequencies through the sound and the other modalities that you have. So um, I can't wait to attend one of your services and
Mhm.
experience what you do. So,
Yeah, something else that we offer is a 15-minute consultation. On the website, there's a little floating bubble, and it's a way for people to just come in and most of the time people feel, I mean, they walk in the door and they're just like, wow, this place is beautiful. And they sit and they don't want to leave because the feeling, the energy is so beautiful. And it's not me, it's Shakti. It's the goddess and the god. I mean, and Shiva, but Shakti. And we put them in a zero gravity chair and lay a mat on them, a PEMF mat, and they leave here just in another world. And so it's very rewarding for me. And we don't charge a lot for our services. In fact, our full moon and our new moon have just gone to donation. Um, so we don't expect, we're doing this I'm retired. My husband's retired. We don't take a salary. We don't make money on this. It's not a money making, it's not owned by Causability, our nonprofit. And so any donation, any treatment is tax deductible because we don't take insurance, but all the services are tax deductible if people filed for, long form on their taxes, which
well,
can
that's
be
really good to know.
an advantage. So that's good. And Causability has been helping creators in their local communities for the last 3 years by giving them $5,000 grants to build a program or an event that helps their favorite nonprofit. So it's, I don't know. I think over the years, you and I have donated a lot of art for nonprofits to nonprofits.
Yes,
It's always, oh, you'll get lots of exposure and you can use it. You can't use it as a tax write-off, not the cost of the art. You can only write off your supplies. So I was giving so much of my art away at one time, I wasn't making any money. And so I created Art for Your Cause to help artists sell their art and well, sell prints of their art and, give them a high commission. We only take 20%. And from that, we decided to start this nonprofit Causability because so many artists are starving because they give so much. We have giving hearts. That's just the nature of most artists, not all of them, but most,
most.
and big hearts. And so we started that to augment their and to help them, where they're not just giving their time away. So that's been very rewarding too. So
That's so wonderful. I'm so glad you mentioned that about the the tax write-off, and because that way people won't be hesitant, with their budget to
mhm.
come over and see you. So
Yeah, and if people can't afford it, I mean, I'll work something out with them. I mean, I'm not going to turn anybody away, and I always give them more than what they pay for. I mean, if people, one lady came in a couple of weeks ago and she just signed up for the Vibe bed. Well, that's X price. Well, usually we use the light with it. So I just threw that in, and then her ankle was bothering her, so I put the beamer mat on, strap on it and ran that. And when she left here, I said, "Is your ankle okay?" And she said, "I don't have any pain." So, um, you
She'll be
know,
back and tell others. So
yeah,
the word
yeah,
will spread, and,
yes.
and you're going to rock. So I'm very happy for you. So,
Thank you.
well, thank you for your time, and I will put your links in the description so people can find out more on how to contact you. And I just want to give you blessings, and you don't need luck because you create your own, and that's what I
Yeah.
love about you is you created your life. I mean, you've changed so much throughout the years since I've known you, and I just feel like you have found your niche, and it's just based on helping yourself,
Mhm.
but in the meanwhile, you're helping so many others too. So,
Yeah, it's just sharing, caring is sharing and sharing is caring. So that's what we're about. We're just about giving back. And it's like people say, when we give, we receive so much. So I am so blessed and so have so much gratitude. And I want to thank you, Kiki, for all that you've done, supporting artists supporting us throughout the last 10 years. It's been amazing. So thank you.
guys, thank you. It, uh,
Oh,
you're just an angel, and I love being with you every time we're together. And you have this aura when you walk in the door, and I have loved all of our time together
mhm.
when we see each other in person. But I'm so happy that you created this space for others, and I wish you all the best of
Thank
your
you. Same,
intentions, your great
same
intentions coming to life.
same
So,
to you.
all right, we'll see you soon, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.